Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome to another episode of Don't Worry Wednesdays. It is I, the Beta Cat, once again with Static B.
Hey guys.
And thank you once again for joining us for another wonderful episode. We are doing the video. And before we begin, you may have noticed our amazing new video wallpaper for the video. And you want to give a shout out to Gray. Thank you so much, our dudes.
Great, this is awesome. Super beautiful. Nice job, and thank you.
So this is going to be our wallpaper from now on for Don't Worry Wednesdays. Super beautiful. It fits perfectly. Thank you so much, Gray. And we're going to hop into the video. So our first question comes from a public comment from Yumu222. And this individual said, we apologize, we're not sure if it's a he or she, but this person said, okay, so my dad is always yelling about me, not knowing what I should know, and always forgetting things. He yells at me that I'm worthless and he doesn't want me here, and a lot of other things. He's not drunk or on drugs or anything ever. I never say he's sorry, or sorry, he never says he's sorry or anything. He just keeps going. To me, it hurts really bad and I cry, and he yells and gets mad at me for crying. But I can't control that. It makes me want to die. So, as you guys can tell, it's pretty heavy. And what do you got for that, Ryan?
Yeah, again, very heavy. It's not something that I have completely experienced directly, so my advice is not a whole lot from experience. I can give you a little bit of background in my life that is similar, but one thing I have to say right off the bat is in the last episode we talked about a little bit about you don't have to be emotionally affected by what people say. You can learn to be capable of not being offended by what people say. And, you know, there's a couple ways of doing that. One is just saying this person's, what they say is not valuable, and thus I don't need to be affected by it. I guess that's really the main thing there. Just if you can tell yourself that whenever he says something that is mean and hurtful on purpose, which he sounds like he's doing it on purpose, then just tell yourself the things he has to say are not valuable, so they do not have to affect how I feel. And do your best to just believe that. It's not very easy, but after a period of time of telling yourself that and trying to follow through with your emotions, eventually it'll become natural, and you'll be stronger for it, not only against what your dad has to say, but against what anybody has to say. That's something I had to get over as well. Because I had, bullies at school and that sort of thing. Also, when I was young, I had some issues with my dad as well, that he was an alcoholic, unlike your dad, but he was not very kind. He didn't care for us. He didn't want me and my brother to be around. He never wanted us in the first place. It was not a very nice living situation. One time he left on vacation, and we always enjoyed that because then he wasn't around and we could feel free to act as ourselves and play around and scream and all that sort of stuff that our mom let us do while he's away. One time he left for vacation, and my brother said to my mom, "Isn't there anything you can do?" And she knew what he was talking about, and she said, "Yeah, there's something I can do." And I never want to condone or I never want to tell people to get a divorce, but that is ultimately what happened. I feel like as for divorce, it's very hard, but in the situation we were given, it was probably, nothing in life is perfect. There will always be problems, no matter what route you take. So of the routes we had to choose from, I think that it was probably a good choice, even though it did destroy the relationship between my mom and my father. So, yeah, and it's not like you have control over your parents, but suggesting something to your mom if you live with her might not be a bad thing. But yeah. Also, talk around with your friends, because I remember our family also, my mom also had people stay at our house that were our friends because of their living situations. They were having a hard time in their family life, and my mom allowed them to stay at our house for several months at a time so that they didn't have to deal with it, which was really awesome. So I'm not sure what kind of, I don't know what age you are or anything like that, but reaching out to people for something like this could possibly get you a better position in life, because growing up with this in your house, this constant beating down of your esteem and telling you that you're worthless when you're not. I mean, all the things he says that you've shared with us are totally not true. Or the fact that you forget things or whatever and you yell at, I mean, that's just, I don't know. That's not a good adult way of acting. It's not very mature. So if getting away from it does help you, because you no longer have that person beating you down and putting these bad thoughts in your mind, because those thoughts will, naturally just be in your head over and over and over and be, put in there through constant repetition. Keep coming back even when you think you've moved on. It'll just come back. It's like, yeah, but I'm worthless because my dad never liked me and that sort of thing. Try, if you get yourself away from that, the sooner the better. I don't know how you could do that, but you could reach out to friends if that's a possibility. But yeah, that's again a really, really tough situation, and I don't have a whole lot of advice. But just again, you don't have to listen to the things he says and give them value. When they're terrible like that and immature, just say they don't need to affect me, and try to live that out. So anyhow, I'll pass this on to Derek and see what he has to say about it.
So I'm on the same boat as Ryan, as I don't have personal experience or a lot of background to it. There was one situation in my life where a friend of mine had a similar situation, or maybe identical, except it was his mother, and he wasn't living with both of them. He was living with his dad. He was a young man. We were both 24 at the time. I knew a little bit about his mother every time he would bring her up now and then, that his parents split up when he was super young, like I want to say 5 or 6 or something like that. And his dad took custody. And he didn't know why until much later, more or less because his dad knew that he was the right parent to care for him, because the mom was gambling, bad with money, this and that. But he loved his mom, because from his early age, all he can remember is being with his dad and his mom coming to visit every now and then. But I think because of a young age, he was manipulated into believing his mom was the better parent. So as he got older, he started seeing that she was actually a terrible person. She would try to turn him against his dad, saying that his dad didn't want you. He just felt like he needed you, this and that, which was, of course, all not true. So he just called me one night, like late at night, and told me like more detailed stuff, that his mom's been borrowing money for like the past who knows how many years. Says she would pay him back, but she never does. Takes the money, like disappears for months at a time, comes back asking for more. And the only advice I can give was that he cut her out, because she was offering nothing valuable, no benefit to his life, just all pain and suffering. And he already knew, because he was a young man. He was 24 years old. He knew that everything she was doing was just all for her own benefit, lying to her son to get whatever necessity she needed to go do her thing. And his dad was actually telling the truth, but his dad was the sort of father where, you can tell your child everything that's true, but it won't matter to them if they don't believe it. So he had to let his son, my friend, figure it out on his own, which he eventually did. And I didn't hear too much after that phone call. A couple days later, he told me that, hey, you know what? I deleted my mom's number. I told her to stop calling me, leave me alone, this and that. She tried to visit. She'd be at my door, but I would just close the door on her. And that was, I was really proud of him because that must have taken a whole lot, to take out a parent like that, but with good reason because she offered no benefit. Kind of like how Ryan said your dad is saying these things are immature and don't offer value to your life, just making you feel pain and sadness. And, people can change. I'm not saying that, a couple years from now, your dad will still be this person. But in reference to my friend, we're both 27 now. From what I can remember, this was early on this year. I did talk to him catching up, as friends do. And I didn't ask him about his mom. He just mentioned it, but she's still the same person. She's still trying to get back into his life. But now he knows, though, that that's all she wants, just to get something from him and not give anything back. So that's where I believe the difference lies, because we're not sure if, your parents are still together or who you're living with and things like that. But truth still holds that your dad's not offering anything valuable to your life, just giving you negative things in your life. So if you have a relative or a family friend or just someone you can definitely trust, reach out to them, let them know your situation. Maybe they can offer you something. There'll be times where they'll try to talk to the person causing these problems head on, which is totally fine because we don't know how old you are as well. But, I don't have too much experience except for that story which I've gave. So if you can muster up that courage, definitely take baby steps, because we all know it's going to be super hard to do that, especially when you're separating yourself from a parent who is supposed to be this person that you trust completely. So just find an adult, a good friend that you can trust, let them know what's going on, and, best wishes your way. It hurts right now, but you'll be fine. I can't say that's going to be soon, but it'll be there. You just got to hang on and believe. That's all I got.
One thing I thought of while Derek was talking, based on what he was saying, of course, use your own discretion. Do what you believe is right. If you feel like you're not at the age yet where you can decide to leave your family or whatever, or do whatever you need to do, just try to build up those mental barriers, or strengths, I should say, not necessarily barriers, but for now. But the another thing that I thought about is your father could change. Everybody is capable of changing. I've changed in my life. Everybody changes. So always remember to respect your dad, love your dad, and give him chances. And maybe at some point he'll pull through and start to realize his ways. If not, then that's, his fault, and that's his kind of mess up and his loss out in a relationship with you. But yeah. So don't ever condemn or say he'll never change or that sort of thing. Don't completely give up on somebody, because family is important. So yeah, I just wanted to say that.
And I agree with what Ryan has said as well. So we hope we answered your question, Yumu, and we wish you the best of luck. So we're going to go on to our next question, which I'll pass it off to Ryan.
All right, this person shared this privately, and they asked me not to reveal their name. So it goes a little something like this. Sorry. Well, I kind of have a problem with wanting attention even though I hate it. I honestly think it's because my parents never gave me attention, though I can't remember much about those times, but I got a feeling that that's true. Anyways, I resorted to violence and being disobedient. Yes, I know I'm dumb. And because of me wanting attention from everybody, especially my parents, I did it frequently because it actually worked. Sorry. If I felt good having the attention, but I would always feel guilty afterwards. It became worse as I grew older. I resorted to lies and using people. I also made it into a habit to make it all about me. Like when I have a normal conversation with someone. I'm not always like this since I, at the same time, hate attention. So I'll pass that on to you, Dirk.
So, this may seem like a very bad situation, which it could be extremely relative, but I want you to know that this is something that you can change about yourself. I definitely understand where you're coming from, not getting attention. Not saying that my life was that way in particular, but I've knew individuals who were in that situation. And, I got to see them change as, they're close friends of mine. I got to watch them grow, mature, and all these things. And I think the main thought that you have to give about this towards yourself is what I'm doing for my own benefit worth the pain I cause for others? Now, when you really, really dig deep into it, you realize that you're causing a lot of pain for just a little bit of benefit. Now, that's also a relative say that I just made, that it's relative, because I have no idea how you're feeling or how you do feel when you finally do get that attention. It can mean the whole world to you, and that's perfectly fine. But at the same time, when you're doing these things that are violent and disobedient, making it all about you and pulling people's attention just for your own sake, don't you think you should give a little bit of attention to the feelings of others that you cause pain? I know you're hurting on the inside, and it sucks. I get it. And as you grow older, as you said yourself, it became worse. Now, recognizing the problem right now, and for you even coming out to us to say these things, is a huge step. Very huge, because you're recognizing the fact that what you're doing is wrong. And I want to say that very lightly, because it's not entirely your fault. It's just the way things happen to be for you in your situation. Now, taking it step by step as you get older to hopefully lessen the severity of this attention seeking that you're doing can benefit you in a lot of ways, because you may have all these special abilities that you have, all these really nice talents that you may possess that you may not think are extremely beneficial or amazing, but maybe someone in your group of friends or someone passing by might see it as something extraordinary, the most amazing thing they've ever seen. But you're so caught up in trying to get that attention because you want it so badly that it's not genuine. And all the genuine possibilities passing by are being shadowed away because your own desire to have this not very organic attention kind of pushes it away. I know that sounds like super vague, and I have to hand you a shovel because we're so deep in this, but what I'm trying to say is that the fact that you recognize it now, I want to say you're already halfway there. Because if you continue to do this, as you said, as it grows worse, you're going to do something you're going to regret. And I don't want to say that it's going to be something where you can't turn back from. So before that happens, I want you to really dig deep inside and think about that next action you're going to do, that next conversation you have about someone's life, and you pull that away from them and make it about you. Is it worth hurting their feelings just for that little bit of pleasure? Or is it worth causing violence to someone just so someone can call out your name? Is it worth saying no just so someone can ask you again? Really think about that. I'm not trying to put you on the spot or, make you feel bad. I just want you to understand that you shouldn't make people do things for you, because the best kind of feeling is the organic, natural feelings that we share with each other. And that's the best kind, because I want to be able to like you because you're amazing. I don't want to be able to talk to you because you're making me, because that's only going to push people away. If you want attention, just be yourself. I'm sure you're an amazing individual and you got all these really cool talents that I can't see because you're shadowing it with all this fake attention that you're pulling from people. So, just ride it out, catch yourself in the act, and just pull back a little bit and tell yourself, don't do that. And as you're probably doing that, someone else might see something really cool. Like, hey, I like your shoes. And then you'll be like, hey, thanks. Some guy on the internet told me this would happen. It's kind of weird, but thanks. But yeah, that's all I got. It'll be okay. Just catch yourself in the act. That's the biggest thing here. There you go, Ryan.
Thanks, Derek.
Yep.
I agree. I have to also, with Derek, tell you that you're amazing. The fact that you have reflected on this enough to realize that this is something that probably got started when you were young, due to trying to get attention from your parents and that sort of thing, and even notice that you're doing it and wanting to fight it. I mean, I have to applaud you, because that's amazing. An amazing thing in itself. So the advice that I would give is this. I find that my life, and I think anybody who, I think pretty much 99% of all people would agree with me, at least those who have done this in the past. My life is happiest when I'm not worried about myself. When I use my life to focus and help others, for some reason, everything in my life just seems to go just fine. Like, I don't have to actually worry about these things. Like, I don't have to worry about my life if I'm focusing on others, and I don't have to worry about my esteem and like whether I feel good about myself and all these things. All of that just seems to flow in naturally when I'm thinking about others rather than myself. And it's rather strange, because you'd think, oh, I want the best life for me, so I'm going to focus on me and, get what I want. But once you no longer have to worry about getting what you want, you get this peace, the sense of peace. Like, you're always reaching for things that will satisfy you. What's the next thing that will satisfy me? This toy or that toy, this form of entertainment or this attention, But once you start to be satisfied with just being you and not worrying about all of that, once you can be satisfied just helping others, you get this peace where you're no longer craving for satisfaction. You just have it. And I feel like that the best way to achieve that is when you focus on others. At least that's kind of what I noticed in my life. And I'm not perfect at that. I notice sometimes I, start to like say, oh, I want this, I want that. And then eventually I'll have to kind of reprogram myself, and then I'll regain my sense of peace or my sense of happiness. And it's like, it goes like this. I have to consciously make an effort to help others, and not ask for any return, or even possibly secretly help them so they don't know who it was. So I would go out of my way and, I don't know, it's something simple. Like for you, if you're in school or whatever, you pick up a pencil that you see someone dropped. Go out of your way to do nice things for people. Give them compliments. And don't do it so that you can get attention. Do it so that you can let them know that they're important individuals. Do it so that you can add to their life something good. Now you will probably have that tendency to do it for attention because you've already kind of programmed yourself that way, but that can be changed. As you keep on doing it, you'll get in the habit of doing it just for that person, saying, hey, I like your shoes. And they'll be like, oh my gosh, someone told me this would happen in an internet video on the internet. Anyhow. So yeah, my advice is go out of your way to focus on others and not worry about yourself. Do it in hopes that you will not get anything in return, in hopes that they give you nothing. or even if they insult you, because that will give you the humility and the ability to become satisfied without needing attention. So
That was
that's what I
good.
got.
I agree. Well,
I love you.
thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. I wasn't talking to you. No, I was.
I'm just gonna go
I was
over
talking
here.
to
Then.
everybody. I was talking to everybody.
We meet again,
including you.
lonely corner.
Aw.
Let me tell you about this story. All right. Well, once again, we've reached the end of another hopefully enlightening and fulfilling episode of Don't Worry Wednesdays. Once again, if you guys have any comments, suggestions, situations going on in your own life, please leave them down in the comment section below. Send us a private message if that's more comfortable for you. And once again, everyone upvote the best suggestion that you believe should be answered, and we'll go ahead and do that. And since it's my turn this week, I got the joke today.
Oh, you brought the goods. What do you got?
Since it's almost holidays, I mean, it's more like Halloween, but it's close enough. It's snowing somewhere. What's the difference
I was
between
experiencing it today.
what's the difference between a snowman and a snow woman?
2 extra snowballs. No, that's not true.
What did you say? I heard it slightly, but you didn't finish it.
I said 2 extra snowballs, and then I was like, well, no, not technically.
So she would have 4?
So
I mean, that's a difference, yeah.
just give your
Oh, I guess Ryan brought the joke today. Well, now you know, team. Snow women's have 4 balls, I guess. Add those onto your snowman this year. Hashtag Ryan. Static P.
Hashtag Ryan fail. What? I want to know how that joke was supposed to end.
Oh, snowballs.
What?
Snowballs.
Okay, I get it. Okay, so you went in the opposite direction. Because I was thinking, like, well, if it's a snow woman, then they have to have the anatomy of a woman, so you have to add, like, 2 snowballs, like, towards the middle upper region. You know. But then I recalculated that, and I said, but that's not necessarily true, because that doesn't quite get, just saying 2 extra snowballs doesn't quite get there, because the male, like you just insinuated or answered the question with, would have snowballs. Great. But not in the upper region.
Upper region? Is that where
Yeah.
the 2 extra ones go?
The 2 extra ones in the woman go in the upper region, the 2 extra ones in the male go in the lower region.
Okay, but what's brown and sticky?
Brown and sticky?
Yeah.
I don't know. Glue? Gross brown glue?
No. It's a stick.
Perfect. That'll go right on the snowman.
Man, you made
Or
that
snow
joke even
woman,
funnier than
depending-
what I said.
Great. Teamwork.
Teamwork makes the dream work. See everyone watching this video, this is how you live life. You just tell really bad jokes.
That's all you need.
Anyway, we hope you all enjoyed. Once again, leave your comments down below. We'd love to hear and do our best to answer them. So thank you all for watching. I'm the Beta Cat.
I'm Static P.
And we'll see you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.